Welcome to Rome, where your first memory isn't your mother's smile or your childhood home. It's a metallic taste of a slave's collar and some overweight merchant prodding your muscles like you're a prize cow at market. Congratulations! You've just been selected for the Empire's most brutal career path, where entry level means you'll probably die, and your retirement plan is a wooden sword, if you're lucky. That noise you hear? That's 50,000 Romans deciding whether you live or die. Think of it as a deadly version of a modern talent show. Except here, getting voted off means exactly what you think it means. And unlike those shows, you don't even get to choose your audition piece. Your new home is a Ludus. Picture the world's worst boarding school. The canteen only serves beans, the gym instructor is actively trying to kill you, and graduation means fighting a bloke with a fishing net who's far too enthusiastic about his job. The good news? 3 meals a day. The bad news? They are all beans. Welcome to the glamorous life of a slave gladiator, where even medical care is a mixed blessing. Yes, you've got the finest doctors in Rome, but trust me, you're going to need them. And that sound? That's your new alarm clock. In this line of work, there's no such thing as hitting snooze, unless you fancy skipping straight to the afterlife. First lesson at Gladiator School. The only thing worse than dying in the arena is disappointing your Lannister, the charming fellow who owns you and runs this delightful establishment. At least in the arena, death is quick. But look on the bright side, you're about to become famous. Granted, it's because people are betting on whether you'll survive your next fight. But in a world without Instagram, you take what you can get. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next Spartacus. Just don't mention that name around the guards. They are still a bit touchy about the whole rebellion business. Welcome to the Ludus, your new home, a proper hellhole. First order of business, the gladiator's oath. It goes something like this. I solemnly swear to be boned, chained, beaten, and killed by the sword. Not quite the Hogwarts sorting ceremony, is it? And hey, dropping out involves a lot more actual dropping, usually from sword wounds. Your daily routine begins at dawn. You and your fellow trainees spend hours striking wooden posts until your arms feel like overcooked pasta. The trainer, calling him a teacher would be generous, demonstrates proper technique by occasionally trying to kill you. Think of it as a pop quiz, where failing means, well, failing pop ever again. Remember those 3 meals? Here's the gourmet menu. Morning, beans and barley. Midday, barley and beans. Evening, surprise, more beans. They say it builds muscle. Really, it just builds an impressive amount of gas in the barracks. Nothing says fearsome warrior quite like crop dusting your way through training. Now for the fun part, choosing your fighting style. Except you don't choose. Your Lannister does. Maybe you'll be a Murmillo, wearing a helmet that makes your head look like a fish, very intimidating. Or perhaps a Retiarius, armed with a net and trident, essentially doing deadly fishing. Then there's a Thraex, with a tiny shield and curved sword, because apparently regular sword fighting isn't difficult enough. Each style comes with its own unique way of getting hurt. The Murmillo's helmet protects your head, but you can't see the mace heading for your knees. The Retiarius fights practically naked. Hope you didn't skip leg day. And the Thraex? That curved blade is brilliant for attacking, less so for defending. Spoiler, you can't block a straight thrust with it. At least the healthcare's excellent. The bone setter knows you by name. The stitcher has your favorite thread ready, and the herbalist got a special paste just for you. It's like a personal health plan, except you have to get stabbed to use it. Then comes the arena. The gates open, and you step into blinding sunlight like a mole who's taken a wrong turn. Except this mole is wearing 30 pounds of armor and holding a sword that suddenly feels much heavier than the wooden one you trained with. That's fair, by the way, adds a bit of weight. The crowd's already picked their favorite. And spoiler, it's probably not you, rookie. They've got a very efficient voting system. Thumbs up, you live. Thumbs down. Well, you won't need tomorrow's being rationed. It's like social media. Except instead of being cancelled, you're cancelled permanently. Your first opponent will likely be another novice. The Lannister isn't stupid. He's invested too much in you to throw you straight to the lions. Although, sometimes he does exactly that. Nothing spices up your day quite like a hungry tiger treating your shield as a chew toy. Different opponents require different tactics. Against a Retiarius, watch the net, get tangled, and you'll flop about like a fish in a market. Facing a Thraex, keep your distance. That curved blade will ruin your day. Against a Murmillo, remember, his vision's limited. Shame he hits like an angry rhinoceros. Injuries? They hurt. A lot. And they're creative. You haven't lived until a medic has shoved your shoulder back into place while lecturing you about proper shield positioning. If you kept your guard up, he mutters, stuffing herbs into your wound, I wouldn't have to stitch you up like your mom's favorite tunic. But here's the real secret to survival: entertainment. The crowd doesn't just want blood. They want a show. Make them laugh. Give them drama. Become their favorite, and you might survive even if you lose. Think of it as Rome's Got Talent, where the prize is staying alive. And if you do survive long enough, congratulations, you're famous. Your face is on pottery. Children play with little wooden dolls of you. Wealthy women swoon when you walk by. You're essentially a Roman rock star who still sleeps in a cell and is legally owned by someone else. Oh, and people collect your sweat. Seriously, they scrape it off with curved tools and bottle it as souvenirs or love potions. Nothing says celebrity quite like strangers bottling your body fluids. Back at the Ludus, you've got your Gladiator family. Emphasis on got, you don't exactly have a choice. There's old Marcus, always banging on about his glory days. Young Brutus, who apologizes to training dummies. And that one bloke who talks with his sword. They're your brothers in arms, literally, because tomorrow you might have to fight them. Then there are the groupies, noble women sending love notes you can't read, fanning themselves dramatically while pretending the smell of sweat and beans is somehow appealing. Pro tip, never mention the beans. Ruins the whole mysterious warrior vibe. And then there's politics. The emperor is watching. Wealthy patrons are betting. Sometimes you're told to lose because someone important wagered against you. So now you're not just fighting for your life. You're performing for your supper, which, yes, is still beans. Your ultimate goal? The Rudis, a wooden sword that grants freedom. Rome's final joke. Your ticket to freedom looks like a training weapon. There are 3 ways to earn it. Survive long enough, win often enough, or become beloved enough. Simple, right? Some do make it. Spiculus impressed Emperor Nero so much he was given palaces. Then there's Marcus Attilius, who went broke, became a gladiator, and fought his way back to freedom. But for every success story, there are dozens who don't make it. Remember the man who won 99 fights but lost his hundreds? No? Exactly. That's arena fame. One bad day, one slow dodge, one missed block, and you're just a cautionary tale. Here's the truth about being a slave gladiator, something no one tells you. It teaches you what matters. Not the fame, not the pottery with your face on it, not even the swooning admirers. What matters is how you face each day, each fight, each moment when those gates open. Because real freedom isn't just about owning that wooden sword. It's about having the courage to stand back up when life knocks you down. About holding on to your humanity when the world treats you like property. Maybe that's why some keep fighting, even after they've earned their freedom. Not for the crowd, not for the glory, but because they've learned something others never will. That sometimes the greatest victory isn't winning the fight. It's choosing which battles are worth fighting. Though, let's be honest, finding something better than beans is still fairly high on the priority list.